Hello and welcome back to another episode of playing MotoGP 20 online. So it's been a little bit of time since I did this. Well, it's been a few days, I suppose. So I thought I'd do this again. So here we are at Valencia for this first race, apparently. So that does make a bit of a change. So where are we starting? Quite near the back because we're Binder. We're the only KTM in the lobby so far. I think that's Ari on pole position. So the win might be gone already if he gets a decent start. But you never know. There could be some sort of crash. So traction control 2, power mode 2. Waiting for the lights to go out here at Valencia. Lights out and away we go. We've already been overtaken by another KTM actually, so I must have been wrong. There is Stu in the lobby, but he's on a carbon. I'm on the normals. We're going to the first corner, almost hitting that Yamaha at the back. He's braked so early, there's a Suzuki on the inside. I've cut the corner on the inside, so I kind of forced that guy off, so apologies for that. But I was too busy watching the other people on the outside, and they kind of took my eye line. They've gone in a little bit wide. All the two Yamahas have touched them ahead, slide in the rear, through, up into 9th place, up the inside, up into 8th place. Don't tap me, please, because I've got a lot of lean angle on. He's up the inside. Oh, there's a Suzuki back. The Suzuki's crashed to the side of me. It's a keyboard user, apparently, so perhaps he couldn't quite get the turning angle, but he's on the inside of me. Very high lean. Had a little bit of contact as we go into Angel Nieto then. The other Yamahas ran wide again, so up into 7th place now. So what had been a terrible rusty start for me, we are starting to gain some positions. So we brake then for this left-hander. He's trying to hang it around the outside, I think. I think he just tried to brake on that curb around the outside of me, and that's never going to work. So we brake through Champi Herreros and on the power, trying to flip the bike over. He's completely off the track on the green there. I'm sliding that rear tyre through the penultimate turn. Around the outside we go towards the final corner. Obviously Adrian Campos has... oh no! The Ducati had gone down, but I've just been taken out as well at that final corner. Quite how I've been taken out there, I'm not too sure. I don't know who's hit me. But there you go, not much luck already, but I'm still in 8th place, so I'm still in front of a couple people, but that is probably any chance of a decent result over. It's right behind this Yamaha, then we've got a good run. We're looking up the inside of him. Are we going to make this move into Angel Nieto? Yes, we are. He's trying to cut back underneath, but I've got it stopped right on the curb, right, proper block pass on him really there. That's how you got to get them done sometimes, these moves. So we're closing up to this KTM ahead of us. I think that might have been the guy that hit us into the final corner, Adrian Campos, but we're on the inside of him now as we go to the section. He's not bothered about that, he's just put me on the grass anyway. So he's absolutely hit into me there. We're looking at the inside into turn 11, but again, we're not going to quite be able to pull that off. There's a Yamaha on the inside of us just sticking his nose in, and he's actually managed to force his way through on the grass there. Quite how he's managed that, I don't know. Oh, that KTM is massively corner cut. He's got off into the gravel. He's still trying to keep the throttle pinned. And there's a couple of riders ahead. I think this battle's for 5th. He's rejoined the track right in front of me. Very dangerous move. There's the guy in 5th place, actually the Yamaha. So actually it's a battle for 4th. I was trying to get the cut back through this last corner on this other Yamaha that obviously we passed earlier on in the lap. We passed him down at Angel Nieto. So we have got the pace over him in the slipstream then. 29.5. Not a terrible lap. On the brakes into the first corner. We're not going to quite pull off Ari's crash now, but obviously we've already crashed and we've lost a lot of time. So don't think we'll be catching up to Ari. But here we go then down towards Mick Doohan. Not going to quite be able to do it though into Mick Doohan corner. Divs is looking for a move on Soffel Bagel. Oh, this is actually a battle for 3rd now, so we have overtaken someone. I think Ari might have left the lobby because I saw someone's left and we're now fighting for 3rd place. So there could still be a podium on the cards in this race, which would be excellent considering the race I've had. Oh, Divs is going for the move. He's on the grass again. He's lost the front. He's taking him out. So we'll be to 3rd place, a free promotion there. And out the last corner then, it's going to be a 3rd position here, which pretty unexpected considering the race I've had, so I'll definitely take that one to start off the episode, start off with a podium. So then 11.3 seconds off at the end, 28.8 on that last lap, so not a terrible lap. Obviously the guy that was in the lead had a massive lead and he had much more pace than I did, so I don't think I could have beaten him anyway, so 2nd would have been the best I could have got, but unfortunately obviously we didn't have a race good enough to get us that position. So here we are then at Aragon for this 2nd race of the episode. So from one Spanish track to another. So it's nice to see that we haven't seen Mugello or Austria yet, but don't want to speak too soon, of course. So here we are then playing in Jean Mir, 5th place on the grid, alongside a carbon Yamaha. Lights out and away we go. Actually, there's a load of Yamahas. Everyone except me and this Honda are actually Yamahas in this lobby. As we go towards the first corner, I'm going to hit the brakes nice and early, just to not get... Oh, there's been quite a few crashes at the first corner. We've come out of the first corner in 2nd place. Oh, there's been a crash there. Those two are out, so up into the lead of the race. When did I pick up a penalty? I'm not even sure where I picked that up, I just realised I've got a penalty. It's probably when I went wide into the right-hander because I just completely went off the track. So coming into the last corner then, it's been pretty dominant victory in this race. Quite easy just because of all the crashes on the first lap. The guy that won the Valencia race, though, was gaining on me on the last lap, but he was 4 seconds behind, so it was just too far to catch me up. So it is a victory here then in the second race, so we keep a podium streak going, and can we try and start a winning streak? So then, yeah, winning by 2.6 seconds, so wow, he did take a big chunk out of me with that 45.6 on the last lap. I mean, fair play to him. He definitely deserved the win in this race, but unfortunately, obviously he crashed. So unfortunately, I cursed it in the previous race, and here we are now at the Chang International Circuit, and I think I'm also at the back of the grid to boot, so that's actually probably not going to work out too badly, because there'll probably be some horrendous crashes in the first corner. I know it's actually a different Nakagami at the back, but I'm on the back row anyway. Lights on, away we go. We'll get ready for the dive bomb into the first corner. We'll probably be last by the time we get there anyway, although people moving over me, but we've still been dive bombed by the guy behind. He cut that corner massively. How he stayed on, I don't know. How everybody's got through that corner, I'm not sure. A lot of people going off the track. We've just passed 2 people there, Ducati and a Honda. Stu in front of us. Stu was the guy that finished in front of us at Valencia, and he was running behind us at Aragon for a while till he crashed. So into turn 3, a few people going wide. They try to get the cut back on the inside. You've got to watch out people don't turn in on you though, because sometimes you can really be unsighted by somebody on your inside. I didn't think he was going to still be out there, but he really used all the track he could. I mean, fair play I suppose, but here we go into this corner. Has been it's a crash behind. I thought it was going to be a crash ahead then for a second, but then I saw that no one had actually washed the front or anything. Oh, there's a crash there into this section, into turn 5. VR, the Doctor 46, I think he got tagged by that because he was coming back from off track, although at Chang that doesn't particularly mean anything. I think that guy that started last place is up to 3rd, which you'd say well done, but I mean he absolutely cut the first corner. Looks like the track limits aren't, well, I was going to say the track limits aren't being abused too badly right now, which I suppose they're not. I've seen much worse, but it's still not the cleanest level of racing, and it was a little pack that has now sort of broke up because of the differing pace. So through turn 11 now, we've carried good speed down towards the last corner. We go to the outside of that guy. I actually didn't even mean to do that. I've gone way too late on the brakes into the last corner, and he's still trying to get out the inside of me anyway, so he's bashed me off the track. I actually probably would just about have kept that on the circuit, but me going in deep, and I carried more speed as well, and he's tried to outbrake me and just kind of bash me off the track. One of the Yamahas has gone wide. In fact, they've both now... Oh, they've collided off the circuit. That's going to affect both their runs pretty badly. Here we go, between the middle of them. Up into 4th place then now. So I think it is the other Nakagami ahead as we hit the brakes then for this turn 3. I nearly caught turn 2 then for a second. So I always think of it as the second turn, but actually that little kink on the straight counts as a turn as well. So up to 4th place. The 2 Yamahas behind, they're doing some weaving for the slipstream. I wouldn't be surprised if we get dive bomb down into this left-hander now as well. Oh, someone ahead's crashed. I think it might be the Nakagami I've got on the curb actually on the outside. That's really affected me badly. I've been hit there. And that was a weird animation by my rider. He kind of just stood up for absolutely no reason. And this guy is still hitting me off the track half a lap later than he was doing it before. So we're down into 4th place again because we've kind of just been hit off. Happy Sire in. Sire Pixel 55. I'm guessing that is a reference to Sire in some way. Has left the lobby. We've got a bit of a slipstream down towards the first corner. Hitting the brakes then for the first corner. A bit of a stoppy. He's going to mess up this first corner again, isn't he? I've gone actually a little bit wide through it, so I've affected my run a little bit, but his is even worse because he had to bump entirely over the curb. To the left-hand side of him we go then, back up into 3rd position, so back up onto the podium. Once again, I've braked probably actually a little bit too late for this turn 3, although I've still managed to kind of get it stopped. I could bring it, hook it round for an apex, so it's actually not the end of the world. So we're coming down towards the last corner now. I'm expecting a dive bomb, because he's within range of where one would probably work if he had a bit of contact with me. I've braked a little early so that I don't go wide. He's not managed to pull it off, so fair play to him. He's not gone from that far behind. So we're going to get 3rd place then. We keep the podium streak going then. 3 podiums from 3 races. So then my fastest lap, not too bad, 28.8. The guy that dominated in Valencia and was actually catching me up a lot in Aragon won, unsurprisingly. Clean rider, it didn't look like he was exceeding track limits, so hats off to him managing to beat all the corner cutters, which actually in this lobby, in the defence of everybody in this lobby, wasn't too bad. I've seen much worse. So yes, I think I really did curse it before, because now we're at Mugello, so I was like, oh, we haven't been to Austria or Mugello or anything like that. Well, now I've been to Chang, Mugello, we'll probably be at Austria for the next race, let's be honest. So I think I'm right near the back. I'm on the Aprilia. No, actually not too far back. I'm about in the mid-pack, to be fair. The lights on, away we go. 8th place out of 11. So yeah, I suppose I was close to the back, but it's not too far off the middle. You always got to watch out for Mugello, really. The thing to avoid is just the first corner pileup. With people going from side to side on the track, it's quite difficult to do that. I've actually got myself caught around the outside. I've gone in very wide. There's been some crashes on the inside there. Someone went onto the gravel. I think it's the guy that's been winning all the races, so It could be quite close here. Oh, we've almost been clipped there by a Repsol. No, now being held up by two Yamahas in front. One of them's corner cut. I've got the good run on them because they went on the grass bikes, and obviously it's just a mistake. They weren't doing it on purpose. And they've now, wow, they weren't happy about me overtaking them, that's for sure. I'm going to hang it around the outside, though. I'm just going to run out of room and almost tag them. And we've now actually just been nerfed off again, so... yeah, people aren't too bothered about nerfing you out the way. So there's a massive crash there through Casanova. VR, the Doctor 46 has fell off. Oh, there's contact again through Arabiata 1. That's a scary place to have contact. Through 2 as well. I think the KTM is still trying to outrun the outside of the Yamaha. But currently we're in 7th place, so we have gained off of our starting position, but not as much as I would have liked, because actually I made quite a bad mistake into turn 1, if I'm totally honest. I like to swoop around the outside at this track. That's usually my preferred way to take the first corner, as I'm sure you guys have seen in previous videos. But I literally just messed it up. I broke on the curb a bit too much, and it just sent me wide. I actually went completely off the track, which actually did allow me to overtake a few people, but just not as many as I wanted. So a bit of, you know, track extending at Biondetti there for the riders ahead of us. We're closing up to Indy. Indy's a clean rider, quite fast as well, so it's going to be quite difficult for me to get past him. He's made a bit of a mistake on the exit of Buccini, though. He's not going to quite carry the speed like I have. Also got to remember that I've got the hard tyre on. Don't know about other people, but if I'm honest, it just gets too hot if you use anything other than the hard tyre, in my opinion, at Mugello. So we hit the brakes then for this first corner. Indy going a bit defensive through San Donato. He's gone a little bit wide on the exit. We're going to cut up the inside on the power. Getting us Aprilia straightened up, but not quite been able to pass him there. We're going to try and hang it around the outside through Luco, but no, not quite. Through Matarasi, we're side by side with him. He's gone a bit wide through Borges San Lorenzo. Is that going to allow us to have a run? He's gone into the gravel, actually, so it doesn't matter about having a run down into Casanova because he's already given the position up. So next up is another Yamaha. Rex, I think that's one of the ones that nerfed me earlier. He's just gone into the gravel as well, so that's definitely going to help me catch him up. The pace of the riders in this lobby seems to be pretty good so far, so 44.6 for myself, and I'm actually struggling to catch the guy ahead. So yeah, at Mugello, definitely, these guys seem to be quite fast, and we're actually down in 6th place, and to be honest, I've not really had the pace to get much higher up, even if I didn't get hit off. I probably would have been a couple of places higher, maybe just because I'd got past them on the earlier laps, but yeah, the pace is pretty good so far. Oh, someone's off though, through Savelli. So that promotes us up into the top 5. I'm too far behind the guy ahead, I think, to catch him on this last lap, unless he makes some quite kind of big mistake. He's 1.1 seconds behind with a sector to go. Well, 2 sectors to go, but... So coming up towards the line then, it's going to be 5th place in this race. Unfortunately, the podium streak ends, but we did get 3 in a row. Hopefully we can try and be back on the podium next time. Yeah, my pace just wasn't really good enough. Obviously, we did get forced off a little bit, but didn't actually quite go off the track, I don't think. So actually getting 4th place because we didn't have a penalty, so that's quite good. We got promoted 1 more position just... Actually, I was going to say just off the podium. We're a good 4 seconds off the podium, so... Those top 3, unbelievable lap times. Look at those, mid-43s. I'm on a 44.6. Another level, that is. Another level. 43.2 is ridiculous by Ari as well. Fantastic job. So then, this time we're at Motegi, so... The streak is broken of terrible tracks. So we're at Motegi. He doesn't get picked out online that much. We're actually on pole position, interestingly enough, so I don't know how this is going to go. If there's a good chance of us getting another win, this will probably be our best one. So waiting for the lights to go out here then at Motegi. Lights out and away we go. Try and cover off the start. I've already been passed by Petronas, so we're being passed by everyone. I'm 5th place by turn 1 and been put on the grass already. I've almost been taken out by that rider there as well. So I've started on pole. Sorry for that KTM. I've just kind of cut up a little bit. But I've started on pole and that's a 7th. That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how these guys get such good starts. They get fantastic starts off the line. And well, I mean, I've also got force off the circuit as well. It's a crash. Oh, there's some more crashes going on up ahead. Wow, we're now up into 5th place once again. VR the Doctor 46's pace on this straight. It's not going to be too good because he's come from off track, I think. Indy's gone in wide. So is this other guy in 2nd place. VR the Doctor has pushed someone onto the gravel a little bit there. Oh no, he's not going through it at 130R. Oh, somehow he has not crashed. I have no idea how he's not crashed. Why you ever would try and go for a move into 130R, at least from that tight. I don't know what he was doing. I was trying to get a run on him there, and he's just cut onto the inside. But we're on the inside of him now, through the S-curve. We could be back up onto the podium in a second, although we're trying to run it around the outside. Not quite sure what I'm doing. Through the V corner then. Hopefully no one dive bombs us there. I don't think they're close enough. The rear wheel is spinning quite a bit as we go down towards the hairpin curve. Into the 90-degree corner, he's had them both down. It was only a matter of time, I thought, before he had both those riders down there. So, ahead of us, who is it? and how far ahead are they? It's always Ari ahead, I've just seen, so I think it's going to be second place at best here. So coming up towards the line then, it's going to be second place to Ari. A very good dominant performance by him. I think I might have done my personal best lap on that last lap, but he was just too quick for me to catch up. So yeah, in the end then, 2.7 seconds away from Ari right at the end of that race. The guy behind me actually had pretty good pace. I didn't think at Chang his pace looked too good, but yeah, his pace was pretty good because his fastest lap was actually a couple tenths quicker than mine. I had the exact same fastest lap as the guy that had won a lot of the races as well, so my pace around this circuit wasn't too bad. So then here we are for the final race of the video, and we're at the best track on the game, the Malaysian Grand Prix. So I'm playing as Valentino Rossi. Obviously that's not me that on pole, that's a custom rider pretending to be Rossi. I think I'm right at the back, to be honest. Oh no, I'm beating a couple people again, so every time I think I'm right at the back, I'm always a couple of people ahead from the back. The lights out and away we go. 8th place again. So I've been starting in 8th a couple of times in this lobby. Bit of a difference to the pole position we started in last time, although I didn't even get to lead like 5 seconds of that race. I got completely dive bombed straight away. Oh, someone's crashed at the first corner. A few people going wide. We're picking off some through the first corner. It always seems like that. My starts aren't so good, but I can pick off more places in the first corner where it's not going wide or taking a better line. But we're up into 6th place anyway, so we have gained on this start. This Marquez diving at the inside of me. I mean, that's a bit of a brave move. It's that Rex guy again, back from Mugello, who's playing as Rossi a while ago. He's backing it in now into this corner. These other Stu, he's had contact with him. How the hell they've both stayed on, I don't know. Trying to go around the outside of Stu then. Oh, Stu is trying to force me the long way around. I'm stuck on his outside now. There wasn't much I could do just because I had the momentum on the outside. But we're on the inside of him now through turn 6. The rear is spinning quite a bit because I don't think this hard tyre has quite got the heat in it, but it will soon. It is Malaysia. He's going back up the inside of us, Stu. He's backed it in again. Oh, we've got a Petronas trying to get up the inside as well. When we're going too wide, probably don't try and squeeze up the inside, mate. Probably not the best idea. We're hitting the brakes for the hairpin, then I've almost gone off the track there. We're being dive bombed up the inside of the hairpin. He's just completely hit me, and somehow he stayed on. It was the Dr. 46, I think. Ari's crashed on the exit of that corner. So we're going to the first corner on this next lap. Oh, Rex got up the inside of the Doctor. He's crashed into him, and he's forced them both wide, so we're up into 4th. But I will not be surprised if he dives back on the inside. He has. He's still... He never backs out of any moves, does the Dr. 46, this guy here. If he are the Dr. 46, yeah. If he thinks he's got a run on the inside, he will just keep on the inside curve, even if he's turning in. So, unfortunately, not one of my classic Malaysia races where I've got to the front and pulled away. But Ari's right behind me, so Ari's already made up a crash's worth of time to me. Although he was ahead of me when he crashed as well, so I didn't quite get the full distance ahead of him. And obviously I've been battling as well. Oh, I've crashed on the curb. That's a rookie error. Hopefully I haven't just took him out. I think Ari's just missed me there. That was quite lucky for him. But yeah, that was... I don't think I've ever done that on that curb. The hard tyre was obviously the incorrect choice here, because look at the temp on it. It's still not that warm. So I think the hard tyre was definitely a mistake in this race. Someone's crashed ahead of us, but I think they're too far in front. Although they are rejoining the track very slowly, so we are up into 5th place then. But I think this will be the maximum we can get out of this. I'm trying to put some heat through that rear tyre because it's around optimal. I think it might be still slightly cold. I'm actually quite surprised by that. I think they might have changed in an update the amount that your tyre spins up at Malaysia, because I mean, even a medium used to get cooked here, but I don't think it does anymore. So medium tyre, maybe even a soft tyre actually with this level of heat. So coming out the last quarter then, RICARDO 74, he's won most of the races in this lobby, so he is extremely fast. Cut up towards the line, 157.7. It's not actually a too bad lap, actually, to be honest. So the guys in front must have some fantastic pace around this circuit. So yeah, in the 56s for most of those guys. We're actually a little bit quicker than Quimoncelli and the Dr. 46 with our fastest lap there, but I guess when we were battling with them, it was such a negligible difference, we couldn't gain a massive amount of time on them. But I hope you guys did enjoy that video then. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.